Jason Finlay face off against the Wonder Kid from Australia, Mitch Rawlins. That is going to be insane.
How good's that? I think that's the first time all year we've actually had that.
An Australian versus an Australian in the final, mate. Don't go anywhere. That's coming up next. The last 30 minutes of the NMD Stealth Pride Fronton Pro is coming up next. Ben Player, your thoughts?
Oh, man, I'm just so stoked to be here and watching this and being here live, you know. Like, it was amazing watching Pierre win today. I seriously teared up a little bit. I was watching his girlfriend, Root, and she was completely bawling her eyes out, and all the French guys were right behind there. I mean, it's an amazing feat, and that's the second year that French guys have won the IBA World Tour.
That's right. Amaury Laverne, your 2010 world champion. Now 2011, the French-speaking PLC.
Yep. And then we're going on to Mitchell Rawlins, and in the final we got Mitchell Rawlins and Jason Finlay, both extreme wave riders. Jason Finlay is used to the heavy waves of the South Coast, going big, going crazy. I mean, I hate surfing with this guy. I absolutely hate it. And you know why? Because he just pushes a little bit more than what you feel comfortable doing. And Mitchell Rawlins is exactly the same, which we saw in the last wave, going absolutely nuts. Got the best invert in the game, one of the most extreme power surfers, all around, great guy. And I just love both these guys, and I'm really excited to watch this final.
Woo! All right, Ben Player, before you leave the hot seat,
I'm leaving. I'm joking, mate.
Any last words you want to say to anybody watching live from around the world?
Just want to say hi to my brother Tobes if he's watching back home.
Yeah, Tobster.
Yeah, Toby. Wait on, brother. And my mom and my dad and my stepdad and my brothers and my dad and my stepmom and everyone else. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And, hey, I'm just so stoked to be a part of this and watch PLC win. Big congratulations to him and all the French guys who are there to support him. Good on you guys. Hey, you.
All right, Ben Player, thank you very much. We will see you in the after party going down tomorrow night. That's going to be a special event as well. So, Ben Player, once again, thank you for sitting in the hot seat during the semifinals. And coming up with me now is Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor and I, Manny V, will bring it all down to the final of the 2011 NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We are bringing in the competitors who did not advance on, and we are getting ready to rock and roll for the final. There will be a short little break before the final. It is Jason Finlay versus Mitch Rawlins here at the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro. That final is coming up soon. Look at that. The ferry boat heading over to Tenerife from Las Palmas here from Gran Canaria. This event, this location, and the people, the food, everything has been stellar. Absolutely great event for this Fronton Pro. Woo! Amazing. Thank you, guys. And we're coming down to the wire. This is it. Greg Taylor, what do you hear? What do you feel out there amongst the crowd?
Look, everyone's stoked. We've got the wild card and the trialists come through. Everyone's really excited. But what's getting really exciting, Manny, I was just up there prepping the presentation stage. You're going to have there's champagne, there's massive trophies, there's a massive crowd. It is going to be history. Stay tuned, because after this final we will be crowning the Fronton champion, the Fronton runner-up, but more importantly Pierre-Louis Costes as the new IBA world champion. It'll all go down within the next 45 minutes, so stay tuned. Big presentation stage is set, big crowd has gathered. It is going to be history.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen, the most historical day in bodyboarding, probably in all of bodyboarding history. You saw the highest caliber of riding in these conditions. We had the best.
Champagne, Manny, the trophies.
Look at the champagne. I love it. I love it.
Trophies.
And why are you covering up the trophy?
It's got to keep the surprises to the end.
All right, so that's coming up right after the final. We have an all-Aussie final ready to rock and roll. We have Mitch Rawlins in the yellow jersey, and we have Jason Finlay, the wild card, coming in as the underdog in the final.
It is the final, Manny. It has all come down to this. We are here. Again, we keep talking about this scenario. There's 4 contenders for a world title coming into this, and then you've got the other top 20 riders in the world. None of them have made it through to. Well, we had PLC was the furthest seeded rider through to the semi-final, but we've got a wild card all the way from free surfing guru has come through and just shown up the world's best on the biggest stage in the world.
You know what? I like this scenario because it does one thing. A lot of underdogs, a lot of riders from around the world, in fact, are looking out there and say, hey, where's Jeff Hubbard? Where's PLC? Where are these guys who we normally see? And you know what? It opens the doors for underdogs from around the world. Look at this. Mitch Rawlins and Jason Finlay taking a look, but it is Mitch Rawlins giving up priority to it is Jason Finlay.
Yeah, I think so, man. It'll be interesting because we start the heat or the final without priority. So it's, I guess, because Mitch was on the inside there, he had priority. But now since he paddled for that, be interesting to see what the judges decided. But that's the view from the grandstand. One thing,
Wow, look at this. Out the back. It is Jason Finlay in the red jersey. Nice bottom turn. Sneaks under the pocket and gets a little bit of tube time. And you know what? That's all she wrote. I have yet to see somebody come in all the way to the inside and hit this section on the inside, which is pretty much a death trap. So nobody's coming all the way in. Jason Finlay starting it off.
Yeah, strong start by Jason Finlay. He's really making himself at home at El Fronton, and he's just been tube riding like a champion. Be interesting. Let's have a look at this replay, man. He big set, and he gets in there, and he parks himself in the pit. That is so hard to do, and he did it with such control. But the judges have been very, very picky. We've seen some, we saw that Pierre 9.0 right being ridden. So ever since that, that's the benchmark. And without a doubt, that wasn't as strong a wave as that. So the judges scale it back. And let's see what it is. But either way, it's a very strong start for Jason Finlay. And he's out of the... Here he is, the wild card from the south coast of New South Wales, Manny.
You know what? I caught up with him earlier, and he pretty much said, you know what? It's going to be a good day. And right now, Jason Finlay is actually abiding by those few words, and he's having probably one of the best days of his life.
Oh, without a doubt. So who would have guessed? And I said it's really just throws open the gauntlet to all those free surfers in the world that, if you think you can match it with these guys in the big, heavy conditions, we've got some amazing breaks on the world too. We've got Pipeline, you've got Mexico, you've got Chile, you've got El Fronton. There's no excuses. If you think you can ride the big waves, come and prove it to the world. Bring your A game. Jason Finlay was invited as a wild card, and he's brought his A game, but this is the ultimate stage, and I invite all those people out there to come and join the IBA World Tour and really show the world what you've got.
The 2011 IBA World Tour definitely changed the face of bodyboarding. They saw the best riders in the best waves, and it was absolutely amazing through the entire 2011 tour. All the stops were phenomenal. All the riders put it on the line, and now here we are on the very last stop, going out with a bang, and look at that, a big spit from her very own El Fronton. All the local riders are happy that it is going down in these conditions because this is what we all came for.
Oh, Manny, this was the whole, we thought the planning for this tour started over 2 years ago. We all had big plans, big aspirations. A lot of negative people out there in the world, a lot of knockers, and people doubted whether we could do it, and we have delivered it. And, who would have dreamt that we'd be here on the final day of the World Tour crowning a new world champion in these conditions, which are just breathtaking. They really are. And the thing that excites me the most is how much further this sport can go. And this has been, we've redefined the sport this year, but as a group we've got to collectively move forward and take it to the next level.
And you know what? Another thing I want to bring up is this little area right here, a 10-minute walk from Fronton just to the west. You have a handful of just world-class waves, and I wouldn't doubt that this area will become the new mecca of bodyboarding. It is unbelievable, the talent that is coming out of this area. We've seen it throughout the entire event. Elliot Morales, Yaray Martinez, Genesis, they all wanted to be in this day where they get to compete in the big waves just on the outside of Galdar. Galdar is a very special place. Just right up behind us are some of the most historical archaeological finds on the island. The last chief of La Guanches Indian, Tenesor Simadar, called Galdar his home. Look at what he got to look at just thousands of years ago.
Yeah, look, very, very lucky man who first founded this, and the locals, they have paradise, but my heart goes out and my hat goes off to locals for how welcoming they've been to invite the bodyboarding world to this piece of paradise. And it's not just, it's the Canary Islands has become the hotbed of global bodyboarding talent, but we have now seen a situation where the last two world champions have been from Europe, And I've spoken about this in the past, Manny. We all know the grassroots of bodybuilding started in Hawaii, and that's where the founding fathers of the sport were. Then you saw a bit of a power shift where the Australian companies and riders and brands were driving the industry forward, but now it really has. Europe has taken this by the horns and is delivering the riders, the brands, the brakes, the world-class brakes, and it's just exciting. The other one we can't forget is South America, Brazil, Chile.
No, I mean, every tour stop we've been to, it's just been amazing. I mean, the bodyboard following around the world is absolutely unmatched, and it's been a great, great tour. And I want to give a shout out right now. We know everybody's watching live from around the world. We know Laura's watching from a cold, rainy day in Cornwall. And you know what? A shout out to the riders, Alexis Diaz, Nelson Mora, Diego Cabrera, and the local rider right down the way at La Guancha, Yuyo. All these guys this is what they do. This is what they ride during their free ride sessions. They go out here and have a good time in this stuff, which is absolutely crazy to me. I brought it up the other day. Where I come from, it's nice, warm, sandy beaches that lead into nice, cool, fun water. Look at this, up and riding. Mitch Rawlins in the yellow jersey finds a little one, but the little ones may have a better section for big moves like this. Nice invert right there for Mitch Rawlins. It was a little, you know what? It's a wave. He doesn't have a wave. He needs a wave under his belt, and that's what he had to do to start his campaign. 23 minutes remaining.
Yeah, let's have another look at this, man. He said it was a smaller one. You can always see the different ideas clicking through Mitch's head here. What do I do? Here comes a section. Do I do big? Do I play it safe? He got up there, which become a bit of a trademark for Mitch now, the big invert. It was perfectly executed. And look, 4.75 he was trying to beat. 6.0 the judges given for that. So the judges really like that. They like to see
they want the moves. They want the moves.
And Mitch has been rewarded. 6.0 jumps into first place, and all of a sudden the pressure is back on Jason Finlay out in the water. Look at that massive set rolling in, Manny. Didn't want to be caught on the inside there. And hopefully Mitch has worked his way out to the shoulder, which I has. But Mitch Rawlins all the way from the trials, Manny.
That's going to help him out. That 6-point ride right there. Mitch Rawlins, he knows he had to do some type of maneuver because the barrel rides are only scoring so high unless it is one of those massive ones that come across the reef and get you in there as deep as possible. Mitch Rawlins putting on the first move of the final right there with a big invert and pulled it off cleanly.
Yeah, no. Look, Mitch Rawlins, one of the superstars of the sport, and you're really seeing the cream rise to the top. If you talk about two of the biggest superstars in the sport, you probably talk about PLC and Mitch Rawlins. And we've seen PLC be crowned the world champion, and Mitch Rawlins is through to the final. Very, very. It just proves that the champions, when the challenge comes, they rise to the top. And respect to Mitch Rawlins, Jason Finlay, and PLC.
If you had one wish, one birthday wish, would it be to win the Fronton Pro? Because I think that's what Mitch Rawlins is wishing for right now, because it is Mitch Rawlins' birthday. And he would love to go out with a birthday gift. That would be first place here at the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. So Mitch Rawlins on the way to a beautiful, perfect birthday gift. Could be a win of the Fronton Pro.
Yeah, definitely. We spoke about earlier, Mitch was really focused. I said he did knock out Ryan Hardy from the world title race. And he said to me, after that day of competition, I've just got to make it count now. And so that's what he's doing. He's saying, look, if I'm going to play that role in history, I just don't want to make it all in vain. So that's what he's doing. He's surfing for himself, for his birthday, but he's also surfing for what is the bigger moment, his mate Ryan Hardy as well.
All right, here we go. 21 minutes remaining as the guys paddle over like a little 6-foot dredger on the inside. And you know what? The wind also has been a factor throughout the entire competition. With the swell, we do have winds, and the winds are coming from the east, which kind of give it an offshore feel on the lefts, but a lot of the riders know that it's about the rights. The right-handers are the ones that are more makeable and are the ones that are going to bring it home.
Yeah, you've seen a couple of riders take on the lefts, but
yes,
they've just been pushing across, and the judges really haven't rewarded it. So I'd be very surprised if we see any more lefts ridden in this final. There's some big sets marching in. Mitch Rawlins is sitting out there. I believe Jason Finlay has priority. Everyone else races out the back to get over the waves. Not Jason Finlay. He sits in there and makes sure he gives himself every chance to catch the wave and takes that risk of copying one on the head. So, no holes barred, Jason Finlay.
All right, looks like a little action has slowed down just a little bit for our final, and that's Mother Nature. The one thing we cannot control in the entire tour is Mother Nature herself. So right now we are just standing by with 19 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Now Mitch Rawlins and Jason Finlay waiting steady. Check this out. We got the replay of Mitch Rawlins' massive drop in earlier today. Look at that.
Manny.
Huge air drop all the way to the bottom. He keeps his eyes open and pulls up on his board just in the nick of time before just getting clipped from just this thick, heavy, ugly lip of El Fronton. If that thing would have got him, we would have seen the ambulance, the helicopter ambulance definitely come in. He barely, narrowly escaped that. Woo!
And just keep in mind, he went straight from there. Now he got a final straight back to back, so he would have drained a lot of energy doing that, but he's still doing it. Out there in the final, willing to take those risks to do what it takes to win the world title. But Mitch Rawlins, 19 minutes remaining, he's in the lead here, Manny, with a 6.0 for his first invert. Jason Finlay found himself a barrel, 4.75 for that. So I think we have this in the archives. Let's have a look if we can bring up Jason Finlay's barrel.
Oh, yeah, Jason Finlay found a nice, clean right-hand barrel and just timed it perfectly. You don't know it, but inside he's actually maneuvering his board to avoid the shockwave and the lip, and he finds a high line and is able to make it out of there nice and clean. That was earlier in today's competition, Jason Finlay. Semi-final, Jason Finlay's semi-final wave. Again, this is the final 18 minutes. 32 seconds remaining in this heat. Mitch Rawlins leading the charge in the yellow jersey, and Jason Finlay now on the hunt for his second wave of 1.26. Woo!
Yeah,
and sorry.
Nah, not at all, man. Look there. So there's the world champion.
Wow, here we go,
Making
ladies
his
and
way
gentlemen.
back.
It is PLC from France, and he is your new world champion. And look at all the French friends that I have on Facebook. Going on my personal Facebook account, Pascal is tuning in from Korea. Arnaud Henry from France. And Cedric, everybody watching, giving a shout out to PLC, your new 2011 IBA world champion, making his way over to get ready for the celebration. But that's going to have to wait until 17 and a half minutes from now, until we finish who will be the winner of the actual event itself, the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor.
Yeah, hold on, people. In about 30 minutes, you see PLC's made his way back up to the presentation area. But I can't believe that what he has done out there today, that 9.0 barrel that he rode to secure the world champion. But what we've got is we're going to finish this final, Mitch Rawlins v Jason Finlay. We'll get the finalists up on the stage and we'll do the big presentation all together, Manny. So we're going to have the winner of this event announced, the runner-up of this event crowned, and then the world champion will be crowned. So history is going to be made, so please, people, stick with us for the next 30 minutes, and it's going to be something special.
All right, check this out, Greg. The guys are waiting. We're waiting. You know what? Check this out.
Okay.
Once again, welcome. This is the IBA 2011 NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. We are live on the outskirts of Galdar on the island of Gran Canaria. Again, Manny V with Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor, we're winding down the final. 16 minutes to go. Woo! It's been unreal.
It has, Manny. And look, I still have a feeling there's more to be said in this final. We've seen, there you see the footage of Pierre coming back up to the riders area, being greeted by, I think that's the Portuguese man there, Lourenco, and then, you've got PLC has so many fans and followers, and there's his girlfriend who's been there.
That's the money shot right there, the money shot.
Yeah.
Unreal. Hey, I need to get one of those shirts. Can we send somebody down there to grab one of those for me? PLC, you riding world champion shirt. He did it. Living the dream right now. Is your new world champion, PLC. Believe it or not, there is a final in the water going down right now 15 minutes, 15 seconds remaining, but this is the story of the day right there. A new world champion has been crowned, PLC, for winning his quarterfinal and making it to the semifinal. That was what he had to do to take out Jeff Hubbard in the world title race.
Yeah, look, and as I said, we'll be coming back. Looks like paddling into this one. Having a look,
Jason Finlay looking at big section up ahead. Goes straight for it, and a big roll. Big landing right there. Holds on to it. Oh, man. Here he is, Jason Finlay, coming in at 14 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Coming in, dropping in, and looks, all eyes were set on a section that he knew he had to hit.
He's just blowing my mind. Jason Finlay showing such composure in this final. He surfed his all the way through from the wild card, gets up to the lip, big, powerful roll. We haven't seen many of them today because it is so difficult, the conditions.
Oh, look at that landing.
Heavily, but rides out of it. The judge is going to reward that, I think.
Man.
He only needs a 1.26 to get back into first place, but it's going to be a higher score than that, Manny, and all of a sudden we may have Jason Finlay in the lead and commanding first place for this all-important final.
And the scores are dropping right now. I can't get over that landing in slow motion. It looked like he just did a faceplant on his board, but you know what? That's what these guys practice to do, landing big air maneuvers, knowing that the impact is going to be gnarly. And look at this. The score comes in at a 5.85, which means now Jason Finlay is in the lead over Mitch Rawlins, one wave of a 6.0. So Mitch Rawlins now looking for a second wave, now looking for a 4.6. Jason Finlay, he is feeling good.
The birthday boy, Mitch Rawlins, needs 4.6 in the last 13 and a half minutes of this Fronton final to secure first place. But as we stand at the moment, Jason Finlay's showing experience. You would have thought he's been on tour for years, Manny. But you know, he actually was the recipient of a wild card for the Pipeline event as well, and surfed well, but didn't actually get the luck he needed to progress through. But I was speaking to him midway through the year, and he was really committed to taking on the IBA World Tour in 2012. But wow, has he made a statement at the end here in 2011. Look out, people. Here comes Jason Finlay.
Oh, my. Yeah, we're definitely going to see him and his skills on next year's tour, especially if we have the massive conditions we've had throughout the entire tour. Big Puerto Escondido, big Arica, big pipe, big everything. I mean, but we threw in a little wrench in the mix. We went to Portugal where we ended up with a smaller wave. But as Mike Stewart called it, we needed that. A world champion can compete in any surf. And we ended up with a pretty awesome showdown of the two Brazilians, Eder and Uri, putting together, making it look really good. But it was back to the big waves with Puerto Escondido. It was Reunion Island. And now here we are at Fronton, down to the wire. Jason Finlay leading the charge in the final against Mitch Rawlins.
Yeah, Manny, but talking about next year, it's going to be very exciting 2012. We start with the Pipeline Pro on February 14, 2012. It's when it all starts again. We're going to go bigger and better next year, and the Pipeline event is the biggest field of the year. It's open entry, so if you think you can match it with the world's best on the world's biggest stage, book yourself a ticket, get ready. But Pipeline, not only do we have the men's Grand Slam, Manny, also very, very pleased to confirm we've got the women's Grand Slam and the drop knee Grand Slam confirmed for that event. So it's 10 days of crazy bodyboarding action at the world famous Hawaii Pipeline.
If somebody wants to know what else is going on the 2012 Grand Slam Series, how will they find out?
They've got the best way, the only way really, Manny, is to jump on and buy the IBA calendar. There you see the graphic there. It's got some incredible images this year from the World Tour. Plus, those little boxes you see in blue are the dates marked for the waiting periods of each of the major events of 2012. So you know ahead of time exactly when the event's running, where it's running, and not only that, you've got some incredible images to put on your wall.
All right, once again, welcome everybody. We are coming down to the 11-minute mark. Jason Finlay in the red jersey is leading the charge in the final with a total combined score of 10.6. Mitch Rawlins only has one wave under his belt. It's a 6.0, so he needs a 4.6 or higher to take away that first place spot from Jason Finlay. It is an Australian versus an Australian, mate, in the final here at the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro. Brought to you by Grand Flavor. Looks like a little paddle battle going on out the back. They know something is coming in. Look at this set. It is massive. One of them, look at this. They were caught. They could have got caught inside. Look at this monster of a wave. A big pounding wave, massive wave. Oh, my. Just coming in, marching in, and just unloading on, Fronton.
Yeah, look, Mitch Rawlins is out there with priority. But Jason Finlay keeps picking off these inside waves, mate. Talk me through this one.
All right, Jason Finlay on the inside. Oh, not much there on that one. It looks like he was ready to hit the lip, but knows that that water is just rushing on the reef that is starting to suck out. How's that fan just saying, hey, thanks, bro?
Yeah, look, there's the man. He's got a big moment ahead of him. He's got one of his French fans. He's here. He's just composed himself before. He's got a couple of French supporters. They're all in there. And that's the French team from the ISA games, I believe. They've been here with Pierre, supporting him all along, and some of his biggest fans. But Pierre's in there waiting for that moment to be crowned the IBA World Champion. It is in the bag, man. All it takes now is the champagne and the trophy.
Unreal. But we can't forget there's also a winner for the event for the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, and that is going on out in the water with 9 minutes to go. Jason Finlay in red leading the charge, Mitch Rawlins in yellow. Again, thank you all for tuning in. This is Manny V with Greg Taylor in the hot seat, giving you the live feed from Fronton. Manny Inzunza from Masalan and all the Mexican boys watching live. Webo and the crew. We know Nunito and Flavio from Iracema, Portugal, and all the girls, Rita, Sandra, Sam, Diana. We know you're watching as well, so we know you are watching. We know you are enjoying it and getting emotional as much as we are. Again, Manny V, Greg Taylor, it's been an amazing day. Woo!
Oh, Manny, very memorable day. We're going to be talking about this for a long time, but there's still some history to be written. 8.5 minutes to go. The wild card from the south coast of New South Wales, Jason Finlay, is in the lead. He's got Mitch Rawlins in second place. Mitch has only caught one wave. There's still, within this 8 minutes to go, Mitch Rawlins is capable of anything, but all he needs is a 4.6. Nobody would write Mitch Rawlins off yet. Can he deliver the ultimate birthday present to himself and take out the IBA Fronton Pro? I know he wants it more than anyone, but so does Jason Finlay. So strap in, people. 8 minutes to go. We're going to have a winner crowned. We've crowned our world champion today. We've seen some amazing waves ridden, some footage captured that we'll be replaying and watching for years to go. But we still are waiting to see who will take out arguably one of the most prestigious events on tour. And we now have 7 minutes, 40 seconds. But there's the crowd building
Look at
for
the
the
grandstand.
presentation.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but look at the grandstand. Everybody are on their feet watching the last few minutes of the Fronton going down. And I can't wait to get out there.
Big party in Galdar tonight, I think, Manny. So it's been a big year, and as you've pointed to, a lot of people to thank. And what we've got to do is just set our sights on next year. But Jason Finlay, he's just so busy on that inside section.
Look at this, out the back. It looks like Jason Finlay in the red jersey finding an inside section. Look at this section, forming up, big section coming in, and a nice invert right there. Really clean landing on the face of the wave, and a spin. He found one of those inside waves and was able to put together a nice combination of moves right there. Smaller wave, but clean, and Jason Finlay trying to improve on a 4.75 as his lowest scoring wave that he has on his scorecard.
Yeah, look, definitely. And look, he's looking to better a 4.75, Manny. We've seen the judges rewarding inverts and different rides, so we'll talk you through this again. It was a buildings wave, but you could see the section coming again. Jason Finlay saying, what are we going to do here? He gets up and does a nice invert, rides it cleanly, lands on the open face, and Manny, he's got Mitch Rawlins on the ropes here. That was a 5.0. Mitch Rawlins now needs a 4.85, but he's uncharacteristically quiet sitting out the back.
You know what? I think we may have to pump in a couple more cans of Red Bull into your bloodstream because I'm losing you. Get that energy back. This is coming down to the wire, brother. We can do it. Jason Finlay in the red jersey, Mitch Rawlins. We are going to crown a first place to an Australian. You should be pumped.
Mate, I am excited. Not only for the Australians, but for the bodyboarding world. It's such a subculture of a sport that people, they are so proud of it. Now they have something to point to and say, I'm a bodyboarder. This is what we do. And as the IBA says, we are bodyboarding. And from all around the world, we've got massive followers in Portugal,
yes,
France, Spain, all over the world. South America, the support has been massive all year.
I love it.
Brothers in Chile, Brazil, legends in Brazil, Australia, all over the world. Massive following. And thank you to all the supporters, and stick with us because there's big plans to come.
Yeah, I'm excited for 2012. That's going to be another amazing year to go down. Now that a lot of big names are ready to rock and roll in 2012, it's going to be amazing. Jeff Hubbard, he wants another world title, so he's going to come back all cylinders firing. But right now, we have 5 minutes remaining here in the final at the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. Jason Finlay is leading the charge, and you know what? The 5.85 and his last wave coming in at a 5.0 solidifies him right now into first place. Mitch Rawlins, he needs to step it up. There are 5 minutes remaining, and he has to catch a second wave. He's only chasing a 4.85. I say only because this kid can definitely pull it off and can get it. He can also pull off a 10-point ride in the last few minutes.
Capable of anything, Manny, but it said 4.5 minutes. This is going to be action-packed. Anything can happen. It's still very close. Mitch Rawlins has only caught one wave, but he got a 6 for that. That's still the highest scoring wave of this heat. So he sits in the priority position, only needing a 4.85, as you said. So he's just praying that he gets one more wave sent his way, and he'll go to town on it. And Jason Finlay's playing it smart. He knows he hasn't got priority. He's sitting a little bit further on the inside, just picking off the bowley sections and trying to extend his lead. But at the moment, Jason Finlay doing the unthinkable. From relative obscurity, he's come through to be in the final here against the superstar, which is Mitch Rawlins. But Jason Finlay has earned a lot of respect at this event.
You know what, Mitch Rawlins, there's 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. All Mitch Rawlins needs to do is catch one solid wave, and he can pull off the win here at Fronton. And that will be probably the best birthday gift you can give any professional bodyboarder at this level. Mitch Rawlins waiting patiently. He's looking back to try to hear how much time is left. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Again, this is the showdown, the last event on the 2011 IBA Grand Slam Series Tour, and it has been an amazing year. So shout out to all the supporters throughout the year, including Red Bull TV, NMD Pride Stealth, of course, for this event and all the other events, and our other sponsors that have been a huge support. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and look, as I said, Red Bull been a great media partner of the IBA this year, but as you'll see up on the screen, the initiative of the Wings for Life Spinal Cord Research Foundation. Website there with all the information and the ability to make a contribution, www.wingsforlife.com. Check out all the information there, make a contribution for saying it is a very worthy cause. Thank you, Red Bull, for that. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining, Manny. Who is going to take this out? Will it be Jason Finlay, the wild card from New South Wales? He's up against the birthday boy, but he's a superstar of the sport, Mitch Rawlins. Mitch just needs a 4.85 in this last 2.5 minutes. Will Mother Nature send him a ramp, a barrel? What will they send him to get? I'm sure you'll get the opportunity. It's will he grasp it and will he deliver? These are the moments we all live for.
Look at this. He looks like he's taking a look at something. His back was turned towards the ocean, and it looked like he wanted to paddle into something. He knows what's at stake right here. He knows he's chasing a low-scoring, any wave, actually. He needs a second wave. He's only got one wave. Here he is, Mitch Rawlins getting in position. Is he going to paddle in? Is he going to drop in?
No.
Oh, man, that thing just sucked up off the reef, and it was just too much for Mitch Rawlins, I think, on the inside. And you can see it just double-lipping on the inside. Did Mitch Rawlins just let it go?
I think lost priority there, Manny, and that is crucial. You talk about these moments where the pressure's on, and Mitch Rawlins, he's really made a critical tactical move there.
What do you think was going through his mind? I thought he was going to drop into that. It looked like it was going to form into a perfect wave.
Once he committed like that, once he committed to the wave, and he looks like he'd lost priority, he should have kept going, because now there's 1 minute 20 left. Jason Finlay sits there with priority, and he's not going to give it to Mitch Rawlins, but Mitch Rawlins just has to catch something because time is running out. We've only got one wave, but let's hold on.
Look at this little paddle battle. Oh, no. Oh, man, Mitch Rawlins' only wave is right here, but it looked like there may be a paddle battle if we can go to the live feed. I'm sorry. I don't want to be the producer, but come on, look at this. Mitch Rawlins on the inside. Nice tweak right there on Mitch Rawlins' only wave, and that was a 6-point wave, and it looked like a little paddle battle was going to go down between Mitch and Jason Finlay out the back. Oh, sorry, I got a little anxious and nervous.
Everyone's holding their breath. Look at Mitch, he's like frantically scrabbling around. He sat there with a strong opening ride, which we just saw. All of a sudden, there's only it was a 30-minute final. He's now only got 30 seconds, Manny. 30 seconds to pull a hat out of the bag, cat out of the bag, cat out of the hat, whatever it is. He needs to do something really fast.
And look
He's
at this.
Manny.
Is he going to go into it? Yes, he's paddling hard. It's one of the smaller waves, but again, the section down the way can form up into a big move wave. Oh, that may have been it for Mitch Rawlins, even though he did complete that maneuver. It was a little smaller wave. Kind of a lazy roll on that section, but you know what? It is his second wave. All he was really looking for was a 4.85. I'm not sure if that was enough. What do you think?
I don't know, man. We'll wait for the judges to have their say. Was it a 4.85?
My. Look at the frustration of Mitch Rawlins out in the water, just slapping the water.
Yeah.
He knows that wasn't enough, and he knows he could have put together a better performance, but unfortunately it didn't come together.
Scores have dropped.
There it is.
Second wave was a 3.75.
Who is this guy?
In the screen you have. He can't believe it.
He can't
we can't believe it. The wild card, Jason Finlay from the south coast of New South Wales, has come from nowhere to win the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro here in Galdar. Can you believe that, man?
You saw both of his hands go up in like, what just really happened right now? And I believe that is his friend, Ryan Hardy. Yeah, Ryan Hardy paddling over to tell him, hey, you know what just happened, right? You just won the Fronton Pro against some of the top riders in some of the heaviest conditions in the world and on the tour. It is this guy right here, Jason Finlay, the winner of the 2011 NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor and brought to you by IBAWorldTour.com and Red Bull TV. Unbelievable.
There you go, Jason Finlay. I don't think in his wildest dreams he thought he was, going to pull this achievement off, and he's still sitting there just in disbelief at what he has pulled off. And he played a big part. He knocked Jeff Hubbard out of the world title, and he made it count. He made it all the way to the final. He knocked out some very big names, took on some very big sections. That, in my mind, Manny, that first quarterfinal today, he was the first heat in the water. He was the first person to catch waves. He was charging hard. He came here with the attitude to win, and congratulations, Jason Finlay.
Wow, decisions have to be made to give out those wild cards, and guess what? They hit this one right on the nail. Jason Finlay, the wild card, wins the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. We are here on the outskirts of Galdar on the island of Gran Canaria for another spectacular day of bodyboarding. Went down today. It was massive. The big waves of the swell finally arrived and just dumped on the shallow reefs of El Fronton. The best riders in the world went out and said, let's do this. Jason Finlay, your winner.
Yeah, no, absolutely huge. It said there'll be a big party on the south coast of New South Wales. Well, I can't even guess what the time is now. I think it's around 3:45 in the morning. So I'm imagining that party's been going for a few hours and it's going to kick on. And look, these guys have got to look at this. I'm sure they've got huge respect for Jason Finlay. He's come from the south coast of New South Wales. The people of Fronton, the locals of Galdar, have welcomed the world of bodyboarding to their local break and presented this opportunity. And, the people of the south coast need to keep that in mind. And they've got some very high, world-class waves there. And the bodyboarding world tour would love to get down there in Jason's hometown and showcase that to the world. But let's focus on the man of the moment, Jason Finlay. He is, I'm sure, just in disbelief. I'm in disbelief. We've got some replays, Manny. I think this was the invert that he got the 5.85 for.
Well, Jason Finlay was lucky enough to catch one of those nice clean waves that formed up where he can actually hit the lip. His timing was perfect. The landing was harsh, but you're dropping out of a 10-foot aerial maneuver. Of course it's going to be harsh. Jason Finlay holding on to his board and actually throws in a spin at the end of that wave. Jason Finlay, he was here and he meant business.
Yeah, Jason Finlay said all that's going on, but that's such a memorable day has gone down today. He's now making his way on the Red Bull jet ski back to the presentation area. Look at this one, man. This was a beast. He pumped himself under. And look at that. I can't wait to see the water footage of that one. And it's just going to be looking into the jaws of a monster. But he came out of that one, and that is just, as I said, he's consistently all through the event performed at the highest level and deserves his win here today. Look, he's still fighting this froth monster, and he's just, Jason Finlay. But let's not forget, we also crowned a 21-year-old world champion from France, Pierre-Louis Costes. He's Jason Finlay, another big invert.
This was the invert you were talking about earlier. Look at that, how much air. It was textbook. I haven't said textbook all day today, but you know what? That was a textbook air. Nice, clean line. Hit the section perfect and landed perfectly on top of the wave and to get back into the power zone to do a nice tight spin on the face of the wave right there on the inside. Jason Finlay with a nice performance in the final. He is your winner here at the event. So a big quick shout out to all the people that have made it happen. Danny and the staff making it happen, the organizers, wave streamers, snakes and ladders, our production crew, the judges for that thankless job and maintaining a cool head throughout the, the mayhem. Viewers, fans, and my wife, Miley, for putting up with this entire year. Thank you. And I'm sure you got a few people to thank too. You got the mic because once he gets to shore, it's going to go crazy.
Yeah, definitely, Manny. Look, again, a lot of people have played a big role in the World Tour today to get it where it has been today. But let's talk about this event. And as you said, the local Denny Hernandez, he played such a critical part in ensuring this event happened. And as I said, brought the World Tour to Gouda, to El Fronton. And hat goes off to Denny and his partners who have made sure, the local men, the promoters who made this happen, Javier and David, they haven't been at the forefront of all the media, but they did such an amazing job to bring this event. Look at this event structure. We've got a 3-story structure up on the cliffs.
Amazing.
Best we've seen all year. It sets the new benchmark for the World Tour. But there you have images of Jason Finlay. So you've just gone down we said about 5, maybe half a kilometre down the coast just to get back into the beach so you can get in there, and then he's like, where do I go? In there?
Yeah, exactly.
And then we go straight on, and then he'll come up to the presentation area. We will be crowning not only the winner of the El Fronton Pro, we'll also be crowning the new world champion, Pierre-Louis Costes. Big day in history, Manny.
Yes, don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have the celebration. We will have PLC and Jason Finlay with a few words and the celebration. Look at that view. Unbelievable. Check this out. We have some more replays.
Oh, this will be
Check
some
this out.
amazing action, Manny. Here are the replays from today's action, and there just has been some memorable moments. This was Andrew Lester, I believe, in the quarter-final, big barrel, and he came out of that, and one of the stories of the event, surfed his way from the trials. But here you have, this is Jason Finlay parking himself, Manny.
Yes, the action was packed from the first wave of the contest, and this was Jason Finlay's march to the final. And you know what? He knew what was at stake, and he had nothing to lose. He's a wild card. So he went out there and did what he wanted to do, and that is just ride the wave. He waited patiently for the waves, and they came to him. Andrew Lester, another underdog.
Andrew Lester got up a big, powerful roll here. It wasn't enough to secure the quarter-final win, but Andrew Lester, big performance. This is the barrel that was the death of Andrew Lester in the event, because he got an 8.5 for this, Jason Finlay.
A one-handed exit right there as well. Look at this. This was PLC earlier sliding into that barrel. Looked like he just airdropped, but maintained his rail and was able to get back onto the face of the wave, but all of a sudden the whitewash said, see you later. I'm going to take control of you. And then it was Mitch Rawlins. He absolutely had an awesome semifinal, taking out PLC, and this barrel right here says it all. Mitch Rawlins is here to stay. He had an absolutely great performance in the semifinal, and that's how happy he was right there on that wave. PLC on this one.
PLC, this is one of the building sets. He comes across, he'll get up to the lip here, and big spin. Unfortunately, he ran on top of the wave and rode it down. This wasn't that perfect execution. We could have seen him surf through to the final, but who's going to worry about that? Pierre-Louis Costes is the new champion of the world, champion du monde.
Woo! Oh my! This was that big wave of Mitch Rawlins just airdropping from the clouds and hold his rail. Was able to pull on his board and get in and under that lip before that. If that lip would have just clocked him in the head, it would have been all over. We would have had to most definitely bring in the helicopters. But Mitch Rawlins came back and head back out and grab this wave. It was a deep barrel. I thought he was going to come out for a second, but it just clipped him inside. The shockwave, the water, everything.
This is the one, man. Look at this.
Woo! PLC,
big
yeah.
barrel.
This was
actually
PLC.
wasn't the way. This wasn't the one I was thinking of. This is another barrel he got. I thought that was the 9.0, which effectively secured him the world title. He was just another building right-hand barrel, which he not only scooped around, even thought he'd busted the ARS off there. just for tricks.
And PLC actually took off on a left into his heat, but it looked like more of a pocket ride. The wave didn't really form up really good for him, so he just held in there and rode it out to the shoulder. This was big.
This is the one.
This is where he hit the brakes, thought he would be able to get it in and out, and then he hit the brake one more time, and he was able to ride out of this one. But there was not much there, not a high-scoring wave for PLC on that one, even though it was a big wave, great performing wave. And now this was in the final, I believe.
Mitch Rawlins.
Yep, Mitch Rawlins.
To get that big invert here. He got a 6.0, but this was in the first couple of minutes of the final, Manny. We did not really see another proper scoring wave from Mitch Rawlins in the final 30 minutes. And that was the reason why he finished second place and Jason Finlay took out the event, because Jason Finlay was busy. He got 4 waves, combined score of 10.85. He just surfed. He surfed like a true professional. You would have thought he'd been on tour for years.
Yeah, I mean, he came out and he was just smooth riding through every heat and makes it to the final and actually takes the win. Jason Finlay on top of the world right now. But also on top of the world, Mitch Rawlins, this was actually Mitch Rawlins' last wave. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm already talking about PLC and Jason Finlay. But Mitch Rawlins tried to put something together at the very end of that wave, at the very end of that heat, but it wasn't enough. He was in search of a 4.85. It came up short with a 3.75. So Mitch Rawlins comes in second place. You know what? Second place at Fronton, but it is Jason Finlay who was on fire the whole day.
This is your event winner right here, Manny. He opened up with a big, powerful roll, and like even throws in a spin here like a seasoned competitor, linking his moves together. But again, he just surfed like nobody would have believed. Look at this big set he get under there. Again, parks himself under a ginormous section. Doesn't quite get as deep as he would have liked, but not many people could have ridden that wave full stop. He fights it all the way to the end, Manny.
You know what? I gave these guys all 10 points on every single wave they try to drop in on, because it was heavy out there. And if you were able to do a move like an invert or an error or whatever, I'll give you 11 points. But you guys, I'm going to give all the props in the world to all the quarterfinalists and all the competitors for coming out to Fronton and doing what they did. Look at this.
Manny.
Coming up is the celebration.
The
The celebration. We're going to be crowning your 2011 IBA World Tour, and as well the winner of the 2011 NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro. That is Jason Finlay. So Jason Finlay and PLC standing by for the celebrations. But check this out. We do have a pretty cool recap.
Well, how do we get here, Manny? We've crowned the world champion, PLC. It's been an amazing year. 8 stops of the World Tour, 8 of the world's best breaks. And we've got a little piece here that just summarises how PLC and the year played out.
Unbelievable. Check this out.
What a year. I'm just looking at
Woo!
that, getting goosebumps, thinking, what have we just experienced this last 12 months, Manny?
You know what? I said it earlier in the broadcast today during the semifinals, I think. And you know what? I'm going to say it again. I personally am proud to be a bodyboarder in 2011. It's been an amazing year. The best bodyboarders in the world, throwing it down in some of the heaviest waves in the world. And you know what? It's a new generation.
Oh, it is a new generation. We have a 21-year-old world champion, Manny, and in the next couple of minutes we'll be crowning that world champion. Here he is on screen. Rock star, good looks, speaks 4 languages. This guy, you know, he has it all, but more importantly, it's what he does in the water. He's one of the most talented bodyboarders the sport has seen, and he has a massive future ahead of him, Manny. He's only 21.
Yes, this is PLC, the French phenom. He is your new 2011 IBA World Champion, and you know what? Well deserved. He's been on fire for the last half of the tour, and he's actually won the last few heats that he's entered, so big shout out to PLC. Woo! He's deserved it.
Oh, deserving world champion, and you know, great ambassador for the sport of bodyboard. You see the crowd building, and there you go. You have the crowd waiting for Jason Finlay. We know PLC, he's already on the stage. He's waiting for the ceremony. We saw the champagne. We saw the trophies. It's all going to go down in the next couple of minutes. There you have, I think you got images of Craig Haddon, the head judge. He's up there for the party.
Nice.
I'll be up there soon for the party, Manny, but we're waiting for Mitch Rawlins and Jason Finlay. The runner-up, Mitch Rawlins. The event winner, Jason Finlay. That's right, the event winner, Jason Finlay.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
The underdog, the wild card. Again, I've said it before, there is a difficult decision of who it will be the wild card. And it is up until this event where the wild card has stepped up to the plate and said, you know what, I'm worthy. And now Jason Finlay is the winner of the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. It has been an amazing event to wind down the 2011 Grand Slam Series World Tour.
For sure. And look, on that wildcard, Manny, that wildcard was made possible for Jason Finlay because his sponsors, NMD and Stealth, got behind the event. And you know, they present him that opportunity. It's an opportunity money can't buy, really. It's just such an amazing opportunity to be put here on the biggest stage in global bodyboarding against the world's best riders at one of the most challenging waves, to take it on, and he did that.
Woo.
And you know, for anyone else doing, how do I get a wild card? You know, 2 things: write to the IBA and tell us why you think you should be the wild card for the next event. But more importantly, have a word to your sponsors. Say, come on, boys, back the next IBA event and back me to do what we have just seen Jason Finlay do. That is the path to glory.
You know what? Jason Finlay pretty much opened the door, as well as Andrew Lesser opening the doors to all the bodyboarders who think, you know what, I'm going to throw my hat into the ring. They all have a chance. You have a chance. If you want to be a contender with the best bodyboarders in the world, you do have the opportunity through the Grand Slam or Grand Qualifying Series or the trial rounds of the Grand Slam Series. So it's out there, people. Just got to be a part of it.
Yeah, just grab it. You know, be a part of it. Get to Pipeline next year, February 14. I think the trials start on February 11, actually. So, but here we are right now. We're in Galdar. We actually have a representative from the Galdar Council coming to present the trophies for the event winners. I'm going to have to get out of here soon, Manny, and run up and do the world title presentation. But what you'll see the councillor, one of the senior councillors from the Council of Galdar, will be presenting Jason Finlay, his winner's trophy, as well as the man, Mitch Rawlins, his runner-up trophy. So big, big thank you to the people of Galdar. You've proved to the world that you open up your backyard to the IBA, and you know, we can showcase it in a way like this, but still shows the respect to the local people and the local environment.
Yes, definitely a shout out to all the people in Galdar for not only sharing El Fronton, La Guancha, Agujero, all their beautiful bodyboarding waves, but just everything. They've been absolutely perfect. And you know what? If you ever get a chance to put a to-do list together on where to travel as a bodyboarder, you have to put Galdar on that map. And I mean, again, the people are nice. The scenery is nice. And if you want to take a break from the big waves of Galdar, right on the other side is this place, Sardina, where there are just a bunch of cool people just hanging out on the beaches, and you can actually rent a boat and get out there and do some fishing for yourself. But it all comes down as a bodyboarder to be here in Galdar, the beaches of Galdar. It's just
not just bodyboarding, man. There's so many. You talked about the history of this place, the archaeological sites that just litter the coastline right in front of you, the amazing mountains you see in the foreground there. There's so much history and culture at this place. It's not a place you have to come with the boys and just go bodyboarding. Bring the missus, bring the partner, bring the family. It really is the ultimate tourist destination. It's a cultural experience, it's a historical experience, and why not? It's a bodyboarding experience as well.
Yes, I mean, and you know what? I totally suggest learn Spanish, because if you learn Spanish and come here, you're only going to be that much, the locals are going to love you that much more.
To do the celebration speech.
Look at that
Let's
thing.
see if Jason Finlay's touched up on his Spanish and he can deliver. What you haven't seen, you see that big event structure there, and there you see there's a lot of people up there. What you don't see on screen now is the cliff. The cliff face is littered with thousands of people from all over Gran Canaria have come to watch this event. And because the coastline goes all the way along, builds a natural amphitheatre. When I was out there before, Manny, I was blown away. As far as you can see, there's people all along the cliff just watching this historic day go down in bodyboarding. And, it couldn't have worked out more perfectly. We didn't know what we were going to get when we got to El Fronton. The forecast looked promising. The riders promised a lot. The media promised a lot. And we have delivered.
Yes, it's been an amazing event. And you know what? We cannot forget about the guys that ride this place day in and day out. It's going to be hard. I know I'm going to miss a few names, but Diego Cabrera, Yere Martinez, Genesis Reyes, Nelson Mora, Elliot. How could we forget Elliot Morales? Elliot Morales he's another young gun who loves the big waves. And I know I'm going to miss a few more names, but they're out there. They call Fronton their wave, which they ride during their free riding. It's crazy to me to understand that. Actually, just down the beach, we see little kids learning how to bodyboard on like semi-heavy reef waves. It's crazy to me.
Oh, it is. It said, just keep an eye out. The Canary Islands have got such a hotbed of talent coming through. You spoke about Elliot Morales. We know of other Diego Cabrera who's come through. But look at this, getting cheered up the beach by
This
Seamus.
is the winner.
So there's Jason Finlay. Winnie and Mez are carrying him up the beach.
Nice.
And he is the champion of the event. Who would have thought he could have done that? But we are almost ready for the presentation, people, because now Jason Finlay is in the contest zone. That's the man we're waiting for. He's going to come through, join Pierre-Louis Costes for the World Champion Trophy, and it's just going to be something special. But where's he off? He's off again.
No, he's going to come around the other side of the grandstand to get in there quicker, because if he comes down the way he was going, it was going to take forever to get him onto the stage. So
special shout out to that man you see running up there in the orange.
Seamus Makem.
Oh my, Seamus Makem. Not only has he been delivering you the best water footage bodyboard history's ever seen all year, Seamus Makem played a huge part in making El Fronton happen. But this is the man who has to thank him, because Seamus Makem made this event happen, and then all of a sudden you've got the event winner coming up to the stage, and you can tell he's just in shock, Manny.
Jason Finlay, you saw him throw up his hands in disbelief after he heard Mitch Rawlins' last scoring wave. He said, wait a second, did I just win this contest? Jason Finlay is all smiles right now. You know what? It looks like we're setting up the audio. It looks like we may be going down there shortly. Jason Finlay, the winner of the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. So when you guys are ready, we're ready.
All right, well, Terry's giving us the wind. Over to you, Tez.
Coming down to you, brother.
All right, boys. Well, looks like we're down here, and we've got the sun is setting here at Galdar, but what an incredible day for bodyboarding it has been, and more so an incredible day for this man here, Jason Finlay. Congratulations, brother. Tell us how you're feeling.
Oh, I can't believe it. It doesn't feel real. I would have loved the finals to be an epic big boost with Mitch, but I surfed my hardest through all the heat, so I can't be more happy.
It's the first time, Jason, that someone, a wild card in a Grand Slam contest has ever won the contest. So you've made history here today. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it doesn't feel real. These people looking at me. I'm amped to do some more comps now.
Mate, I'll tell you what. Growing up, you surf all those, radical reefs on the south coast of New South Wales. That must have helped you out there today, because you did look pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I think they're the only kinds of competitions where I can have a chance at. I mean, these guys doing the world tour, they're like so consistent in all conditions, but I just love the big stuff, so I'm stoked I could have a win at Fronton. It's, yeah, incredible.
Yeah, that is insane, man. I tell you what a day it has been for bodyboarding. I do believe that we have the counsellor from Galdar is here. Is that right? Do we have the counsellor from Galdar? Yes, if we can get him up here, and could we give him a big round of applause? This is Carlos Ruiz. Can we make some noise for Carlos Ruiz? All right, no worries. So we've got Carlos Ruiz here. Carlos, if you can get the trophy on the right-hand side. And we're going to hand this off to Jason Finlay. This one on, yes, that's the one. Perfecto. And that is the trophy for the Fronton Pro. Carlos, could you please hand the trophy to Jason Finlay, who is our champion. And Jason, hold that nice and high, buddy, because you are the champion for 2011. Hold it up to the crowd. Go up the front there, mate, and hold it proud, because that is the first time ever that anyone who's been a wild card in the Grand Slam series has taken a victory. And what a fitting victory it was for Jason Finlay from New South Wales. Jason, please stay here on the stage, because I don't know if we've got Mitch Rawlins here. Did Mitch make it back, our runner-up? He's still coming. So can we have a big round of applause for Mitch Rawlins, please? Yeah, look, we're going to acknowledge Mitch at the presentation, of course, but right for now, I think it's only fitting. Yeah, I think that it's only fitting that we call up our brand new 2011 IBA World Chair. Actually, here he is here, Mitch. Mitch Rawlins, come up on stage, mate. Okay, second place. Mitch, come over here, mate. We'll just have a couple of quick words here. I mean, what a classic day for bodyboarding it's been here at Galdar today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was pretty wild. Don't know how much more I could take of that.
What about your opponent here, Jason Finlay? What are your thoughts on him? First ever guy to win a Grand Slam series as a wild card.
Yeah, Jesus, pretty big. You know, Jason suits these waves, and you know, if there was more waves on tour like this, he'd probably take it to a lot of guys. So, yeah, a lot of credit to him.
Mate, congratulations on your result here today. Second position. You've secured yourself a top 24 berth for 2012. So what can we expect from Mitch Rawlins next year?
Hopefully the sound I heard from back there when they were cheering for Finlay, that sounded pretty good.
Right, mate, well, we got, of course, we got Carlos Ruiz here from the Galdar Council. Give that trophy to Mitch Rawlins. Mitch, hold it up for the crowd, mate. You've come second at Galdar. You little champion. And a very happy birthday to Mitch Rawlins as well. What a classic. Yeah. All right, so, okay, now Mitch and Jason, you should have some champagne. Is that correct? Let's get a bottle here for Jason. Get ready, because we're going to be spraying some serious champagne here shortly, as we call up our brand new 2011 IBA World Champion. All right. Grab another bottle. All right. Hey, we're going to get you guys to hand out to do the same to Pierre. All right. So we got more champagne to go for Pierre. Yeah, one more bottle each. And stay here, fellas, because we're going to keep you on stage to do that. Okay, we crowned our brand new 2011 IBA World Champion here today, folks. It was an insane heat. Who could forget that 9-point ride? What a worthy way to win. Give it up for Pierre Louis Costes, the 2011 IBA World Champion. Woo! Yeah, bro. Yeah. Too good. Okay, Greg Taylor, of course, has made it all possible. And Pierre, stay there, don't hurt yourself. We've got Greg Taylor, of course, the Managing Director of IBA Proprietary Limited. He's going to give you the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Pierre-Louis Costes, the 2011 IBA World Champion. Make some noise for him, everybody. All right, hey. Okay, Pierre. All right, mate, you've got the French flag. Let's just have a talk to our new world champion. Mate, tell us the emotion that's going through you right now.
Well, it's indescribable. Well, this year was insane. I think everyone will agree on this. We had so many good waves, so many amazing venues, and winning a tour like this is insane. Winning here at Fronton, one of my favorite waves, it's crazy. I feel like I'm still dreaming, and I feel like I'm gonna wake up, but it seems pretty real, and it's insane.
Yeah, mate, listen, last year when we crowned Amaury, of course, one of your best friends, I saw you just looking up at him, and at that moment I could see in your eye that you wanted to try and hold this trophy here in 2011. Is that true, and have you thought about this moment all year?
Yeah, when Amaury won last year was pretty amazing, and I gotta say, Amaury is here right now, and I want to say thank you, Amaury. You gave me so much inspiration to achieve this dream. I don't think I would have won without him. Like, I don't know, I wanted to do like him so much, and well, thanks, Amaury. Merci, Amaury.
What about? I mean, this is a back-to-back victory for world titles for France. What a great day for French bodyboarding.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Two Frenchies, 2 years in a row. It's insane. Yeah.
And finally, look, it has been a long journey. I remember when you turned up in Australia with Amaury when you were just 14. You know, you were touted as a future world champion, and it eluded you for a couple of years, but you've got it now. You must have a lot of people to thank for this long journey that you've been on.
Yeah, of course. So much happened since, like you said, since that trip in Australia. It's so many. I met so many people. I've been had so many inspiration for so many different people. And all this, you know, it's a main. I don't have enough word to talk.
What about? You've surely got people you want to thank.
Yeah, of course. I know my mom and my dad are watching right now. My mom did so much for me. It's insane. And my dad too. Je veux juste vous embrasser très fort, maman, mon papa, toute ma famille, tous mes amis en France. C'est génial. C'est énorme ce qu'on a réussi à faire, et puis voilà, j'ai hâte de vous revoir. Et there is some people, of course, in the crowd right now that I want to thank. Amaury, thank you. My girlfriend, of course, she's here. She's been so supportive, and we just achieved a dream together, and it's insane. My sister is here too, and she was waiting for me, you know, in the car when I was surfing 5 hours in winter in France, like so cold. She was like 9, 8. She was freezing, and she deserved that title so much, and it's for her too. And all my friends are here, Emmanuel, Jeremy, all my club, my colleagues here. Everyone, so many people to thank. We'll take a book, you know.
All right, Pierre Louis Costes, mate. All that I can finish on here is to say you are a worthy champion. We're very proud to have you as our world champion for 2012, and good luck for next year.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks, everyone, all the competitors, all the organizers. You guys are amazing, and we are doing such a great thing for bodyboarding. I think we are. I don't know. Bodyboarding is amazing right now. Look at the riders, and well, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the future.
All right, well, we can't wait to see what happens next year as well, folks. Well, I do believe, Manny Vargas, that's about it for 2011 on this amazing IBA Grand Slam Tour. Thank you to the people at home for watching, and I'm going to throw you back to Manny Vargas with one of his favourite little pals. Boom!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an emotional day and an incredible tour. Thank you all for tuning in. The viewers, the fans, the bodyboarders from around the world, you guys are what made it happen, and I can't thank you enough. On behalf of the IBA Tour, this is it. This is bodyboarding. Boom!